Quick question. When's the last time you checked who's been using your name? Not your face, your name, your social security number, your credit file? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. The fastest growing target for identity thieves in this country isn't some 20-something glued to a phone. It's us. People over 60. In 2024, Americans aged 60 and older reported losing about $2.4 billion to fraud, up from roughly $600 million just 4 years earlier. That's not a typo. 4 times higher in 4 years. And the part nobody tells you? A lot of it was preventable. 5 moves. This afternoon, I'm Ernie. Let's build the plan. For over 20 years, I built disaster recovery plans for Fortune 500 companies and hospital systems. And the very first thing we did on every engagement wasn't buy software or hire guards. It was a hunt for the single points of failure. The one door that, if it gets kicked in, takes everything down with it. Your identity is a single point of failure. Your social security number opens your bank account, your Medicare, your tax refund, and your credit. One number. Decades of careful savings sitting behind it. And most folks are guarding it the same way we guarded the house growing up. Lock the front door and leave the spare key under the mat. The thieves know about the mat. So here's the question almost nobody asks. If someone opened a credit card in your name tomorrow, how long before you'd even know? For most people, the honest answer is months. We're going to shrink that to minutes. 5 moves. Move number 1, freeze your credit, all 3 bureaus. And before you wave me off, this is free. Federal law made it free back in 2018. A credit freeze locks your file. So when a thief tries to open a new account, the lender pulls your report, hits a brick wall, and the application dies right there. In continuity terms, that's a hard control. It doesn't depend on you catching anything. It just says no by default. Think of it like the club on the steering wheel. You didn't buy it because you expected to get robbed every night. You bought it because a visible no makes the thief move on to an easier car. Here's the catch most people miss. You have to do it at all 3 bureaus separately: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Freezing one does nothing for the other 2, and a thief only needs 1 unfrozen file. Homework. Write those 3 names on a sticky note right now. Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. That's your afternoon. 10 minutes each, online or by phone. If a calm, no panic plan like this is your speed, do me a favor and subscribe. That's how the channel keeps showing up for folks who'd rather prepare than worry. Move 2. Close the back doors you didn't know were open. A frozen credit file stops new loans. It does not stop someone from filing a tax return in your name to grab your refund, or logging into your social security account before you do. So 2 layers. First, the IRS Identity Protection PIN. It's a free 6-digit number from the IRS, and once you have it, no tax return gets accepted in your name without it. Anyone with a social security number can opt in at irs.gov. Second, go claim your own My Social Security account at ssa.gov, because if you haven't claimed it, it's just sitting there unclaimed. And a thief who claims it first can try to reroute your benefits. We used to call this grabbing the keys before somebody else does. Homework. Set up your IRS and SSA accounts this week. 2 accounts, 1 evening. Move 3. This is where I see the 3 biggest gaps, the mistakes that catch even careful people. Gap 1, medical identity theft. Someone uses your Medicare or insurance number to get care or equipment, and the first you hear of it is a bill or a denied claim for something you never had. Read your Medicare summary notices and your explanation of benefits, the way you used to balance the checkbook, line by line, in the register. A service you never received? That's your alarm. Gap 2, the deceased spouse or relative. Thieves read obituaries. A death creates a window before the records catch up, and they file in that person's name. The industry even has a grim nickname for it: ghosting. If you've lost someone, notify the Social Security Administration and ask the bureaus to freeze that person's file too. Gap 3, the dormant account, the old savings account, the store card you haven't touched since the Clinton administration. Unwatched accounts are the easiest to drain quietly. Close what you don't use. Homework. Pick the one of these 3 that applies to you and close it this week. Move 4. Build the thing nobody builds until it's too late, your recovery plan. In my old world, we never graded a plan on how well it prevented a disaster. We graded it on how fast we recovered from one. Because something always gets through, so assume it will. Put together a simple recovery binder, paper, in a fireproof box, not just on the phone. In it, the 3 bureau phone numbers, your bank's fraud line, a photocopy of the front and back of your cards, and 1 printed page that says, "If my identity is stolen, go to identitytheft.gov." That's the FTC's official recovery site. It builds you a personalized step-by-step plan and the affidavits you'll need. Think of it like the fire escape map on the back of a hotel door. You hope you never need it. You're very glad it's there at 2 a.m. Homework. Start the binder tonight with just those 3 bureau numbers. If this got you thinking about what else is sitting unprotected, I've got a full walkthrough on building your household's vital records kit, birth certificates, deeds, the documents that are a nightmare to replace. I'll link it right here. So let's bring it home. 5 moves. Freeze your credit at all 3 bureaus. Lock the IRS and Social Security backdoors. Watch the 3 gaps: medical, deceased, dormant. build your recovery binder. And move 5, the one that ties it together. Decide on your monitoring layer. The freeze is your deadbolt, free and powerful. But some folks, especially if you've already been hit once, want an alarm on top of the deadbolt, a credit or identity monitoring service that watches all 3 bureaus and pings you when something moves. That's a personal call, not a requirement. I put a few options I'd actually consider down in the description, with honest notes on what they do and don't do. Your one homework action today, if you do nothing else, freeze 1 bureau. Just 1. 10 minutes, you'll have started. I'm Ernie. This is Prepared Not Paranoid. Build the plan, skip the panic, grab the free household audit. Link below.